too. So thank you.
Uh,
That's what we're here to do, right? Bring everyone together, and we're all in this together, sharing the
we
resources.
are, absolutely. We were, the Nevada Homeless Alliance was down there at 7 o'clock this morning till 11 down at the right across from Mandalay Bay in an abandoned parking lot over there. We had actually a great turnout. The Nevada Homeless Alliance is trying to get out here to different places, reach the people, and we had an event that we haven't been at in 2.5 years on Tuesday, and then today too. It's just the need is so strong out there for us.
Yes, indeed. It is. It is very, very strong, and takes all of us to come together and help those in need and keep a roof over their head and keep head, especially in this time of, oh my goodness, our son. My heart breaks, right? Even more so, because I can't even imagine without water, right? Basic needs. So thank you for being the boots on the ground and for connecting our folks to those resources. We appreciate you.
Hey, it's all what we love to do. Is we're caring people. It's unfortunately a lot of people don't know what we do. I mean, or see, or they people know United Way that more than they know Nevada 211. But we're making progress.
Well, we're helping. We're going to do everything we can. Starting with all of you joining us this afternoon. Thank you so very much.
Absolutely.
This is what the nonprofit sector call is all about, and bringing all of our nonprofit partners together, because it takes all of, right? Sharing our resources and making the impact out in our community to help our Southern Nevadans. I'm Joyce Jacobson, and I'm part of our partnerships team here, and it's an honor to be your host this afternoon. I've seen many of you join our call here before, and it's good to see some familiar faces, and anyone who's new, we welcome you with open arms. Welcome to the community. I do want to ask everyone to introduce yourselves in the chat room. You can put your contact information. We'll be sharing some links there throughout this call this afternoon. So keep your chat boxes on and make sure to follow along with us. We do have a special guest, and I'm sorry, closed captioning will also be enabled. So for those of you, you can follow along via text too. We have a special guest joining us. I'm trying to see if he's online. Is Mr. Ramiro Reyes from the city of Las Vegas.
Hi, Joyce. Thank you.
I'm sorry. You're right in front of me. Thank you. Please welcome Mr. Ramiro Reyes. He's city of Las Vegas, and he's going to share with you all some resources, and we're going to make sure that we share those via email after this call as well. But thank you, Ramiro. Pleasure to have you.
Thank you for having me. I'd like to start by thanking Janet and Jasmine for all the work and always keeping me updated with everything that's happening at United Way. Also, I would like to acknowledge that this is Latino Conservation Week. So if we can all take a few minutes to show some support to all of the great organizations that are doing work within the environmental justice field here in the greater Las Vegas area. So a couple of the resources that I'm going to be going over today are new or have been developed within the last couple of months. So first, I would like to share our Discover Las Vegas link. So this is a link to our, all right, so, and please let me know if you're able to open the link. Or if there's any issues sharing. But this is a guide that's, it's a virtual and physical guide that really does an incredible job of highlighting all of the activities, resources, workshops, training, and volunteer opportunities, as well as programming from a variety of departments from the city of Las Vegas. We did release the first edition earlier this year, and the plan is for to release these on a quarterly basis moving forward. So this really is a great tool for the community to stay up to date, whether they're looking for some swimming classes or citizenship preparation classes, whether they're interested in volunteer or understanding some of our departments better, right? So these guides, like I mentioned, they're available digitally, but you can also receive a physical copy if you subscribe and enter your address. We'll mail one out to you as well. And these are currently available in English and Spanish. So please feel free to share with your network. There is a lot of great programming that might be down the street from where you live, and you may not even know it that we have, whether it's esports or dance classes, fitness classes, Zumba. So this is a great hub to really stay connected with everything that's happening across the city. Another great first point of contact that I want to include is our customer service call center. So it's 702-229-CITY. That's 2489. And this is also another great, starting point for people who have questions about, a city service or an event, just a question. I would like to point out that one of the first pages of the Discover Las Vegas guide, there's actually a map highlighting the boundaries of City of Las Vegas. And the reason why I'm pointing that out is because through our engagement in January, for example, we realized that a third of the calls that our customer call center was receiving were from outside jurisdictions. So I know for us, sometimes we might think that it's common sense, or we might take for granted understanding, the different jurisdictions, but definitely all it takes is 5 seconds to really better orient our community members in terms of what is your specific jurisdiction that you live in, what are the appropriate numbers that you should be contacting. And then also, I know the city has a great tool, and I know the county has a great tool as well in terms of finding out who your elected officials, who your council member, who your commissioners are. So I definitely want to encourage people to, before sharing resources, let's try to take those couple of minutes to engage with our community. See, well, where do you reside? How can we help you in the most efficient method? Another great resource that many may not be familiar with is our Office of Cultural Affairs and all of the great call for artists that we have. So these call for artists are for a variety of projects. Sometimes the budgets will be as small as $500. Sometimes they'll exceed $70,000. And these really are opportunities for any artist, entrepreneur, local artists especially are encouraged to apply. These opportunities do happen year round. So you'll see that there's currently some opportunities for murals, a lot of the work that's happening on the east side as well. So we want to make sure that our artist community is connected, and that they subscribe to this newsletter so they can stay informed in terms of all these great opportunities that are happening. And while we're on the topic of opportunities, I do want to make a quick plug for the NGEM system. So this is a centralized system that's utilized by about 25 different entities, and this is used for bidding. So I'll also want to make sure that if any of y'all work with local entrepreneurs who may be interested in some government opportunities, this is a great first place to start. It is absolutely free to create a profile, and then you have access to view all of the opportunities. This will be for the larger contracts, but this is something that is great. It's a great tool for our community to better orient themselves as well. So if I can get a show of hands, if you can raise your hand, and if you've visited City Hall this year, can I get a quick show of hands? All right. And if your camera's off, you can drop your hand reaction as well. All right, so that's a good amount of you. So when visiting City Hall, sometimes an area that's overlooked is our first floor. So we have a variety of rooms for rent, for workshops, for trainings, for the community, that are available for the community, right? So in addition to that, you can also rent our the Now Cafe, as well as council chambers. So all of those resources in terms of rooms, community centers, all of that will you can find on our website. And there's also a great development that's going to be the tentative date of completion is December of 2024, which is our Civic Plaza. And that's going to be located across the street from where City Hall is currently located. So I'll go ahead and I'll leave a link here for our Civic Plaza project. So as y'all are starting to plan for community events, for pop-up markets, for engagement opportunities, just keep the Civic Plaza in mind. It really is intended to be a space for our community events. There's going to be a lot of opportunities for performances as well. And the link that I just added to the chat, you'll be able to see a rendering of the actual plaza, the outdoor space in the building as well. The Civic Plaza will also host some City of Las Vegas offices as well. Another great resource that the city provided funding for is a charter school. So this is one of the first bilingual charter schools within City of Las Vegas boundaries. This will be operating as an independent charter school, but the curriculum is all in Spanish. So in terms of all of the teachers, the administration, everything will be in English and Spanish. And this really highlights the importance of bilingual education, right? So we have a huge bilingual speaking community, and this is another great resource for them. Enrollments are currently available, so you can go ahead and click on CLV Strong Start, and I believe there are still spaces available, but that may be subject to change. But I do know that once the classrooms are completed, there will be a wait list that will be set up. And this year, because it's the first year, it's going to be kindergarten, first and second grade. And the idea is to add an additional grade every year until the elementary classes are completed. I just shared a survey, a community survey for our Nuestro Futuro Islas Vegas initiative. So the Nuestro Futuro Islas Vegas initiative is a multifaceted vision for Islas Vegas. This includes a variety of revitalization, affordable housing, economic infrastructure development projects. Right now, there is an open survey that is available, and we are encouraging everybody that lives in the greater East Las Vegas area or has ties to East Las Vegas to please complete the survey. It's you can finish it in about 6 minutes, and it really is a great opportunity for the community to share their ideas, their feedback, and really engage with the development process of Nuestro Futuro Islas Vegas. In addition to all of our city resources that I just mentioned, we're also partnering with a couple of community events that are coming up. So we are sponsoring the La Oportunidad Expo. So we'll be having a booth there. This is a great community event and resource that's being coordinated by the Latin Chamber. Included the link right there. If you are a nonprofit that's interested in having a booth, you can contact Beatriz with the Latin Chamber. But if you're a community member and just wants to stop by to learn a little bit more about some of the resource, there's going to be great entertainment and food as well, so that it is a free event as well. All right, and so I know I dropped a lot of links, and I know there were some great resources shared, but I did want to leave some time for questions, as I'm sure you guys have a lot of questions. So I'll do my best to answer any questions you may have, and then I also can follow up if I'm not able to answer those questions. I did also leave my contact, so feel free to send me an email, and feel free to, if there's something that maybe city related that I did not cover, but you have a question, just feel free to reach out to me as well.
Thank you, Ramiro Reyes. We appreciate you, and that is wonderful resources available for our community. I love that you guys have something for our local artists, and of course, having the Civic Plaza open, that's a fantastic resource to utilize here in the near future. So thank you for sharing that on behalf of City of Las Vegas. Does anyone have any questions for Ramiro Reyes? You can put them in the chat or raise your virtual hand. All right. I don't see any hands going up, but he did drop his contact information in there. Thank you so much again, Ramiro, for sharing those great resources with us. We appreciate you, and we'll be in touch if we have some more questions for you, but thank you.
Sounds good, Joyce. Thank you.
Absolutely. Now we're going to move into our community updates. Now it's time to share some exciting updates here for the month of July, and feel free to jump in if we have a representative from following groups, but we will be dropping in the links again in the chat box. So chat box is going to be hot today, so take some good notes, but we'll make sure to send out the resources again after this call via email. The Governor's Office for New Americans, we have the Northern Nevada Literacy Council is in partnership with Catholic Charities, and they will be offering free citizenship classes in August. These classes will be offered at both Reno and the Sparks Chamber of Commerce on Monday and Wednesday, and be from 6 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. Again, Mondays and Wednesdays in August, and at the Sierra View Library Saturdays from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. Information will be available for all of these sessions, and we'll drop the links, or you can call 77356-1007 if you have any additional questions or would like to. So that's going to be Northern Nevada Literacy Council with partnership with Catholic Charities offering free citizenship classes in August. We also have Elevate Nevada virtual strategy session called Busting Barriers to End Homelessness, a very timely topic. Those of you who joined us in the beginning of the call, Paul, we were just sharing about that with 211 and the homelessness in our community. Clearly, we see that, right, as we these streets. So the Coalition of Supportive Housing and the Nevada Housing Coalition are hosting a virtual strategy session to discuss the organizational barriers that are create supportive housing here in Nevada. These developers and the property managers and our service providers and community organizations are all invited to join this session. And it's going to be held on Tuesday, July 26th. So that's next Tuesday from 12 p.m. to 1 p.m. You can register by visiting the Nevada Housing Coalition.org/event. Drop that link as well. We would love to have your input and be an advocate for our community, and you can contact the Housing Coalition Executive Director, Ms. Christine Hess, and her email will be dropped in the chat box as well. It's christine.hess@nevadahousingcoalition.org. From the Urban Chamber of Commerce, we have views from the event, and the Urban Chamber of Commerce is hosting an exciting virtual event where you can hear from our city and county leaders on economic development. This is going to be tomorrow, Friday, July 22nd from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. And you can visit the link that we will drop in the chat. That's longhoppin.com/events. slash from the Valley. We would love for you guys to participate if you're able to. That's with the Urban Chamber of Commerce host a virtual event, again, to hear about economic development. And this was not on the agenda today, but we did want to share that the Clark County is activating cooling stations. You guys feel the heat here. So you know, and you can share this resource with your partners, your donors, and your volunteers, friends and neighbors. They are activating cooling stations on and Friday due to this excessive heat. And we will share the link and the flyers as well in the chat box. So hopefully everybody's staying cool, drinking lots of water. Hopefully you're getting your electrolytes as well. Stay hydrated, right? Mental clarity, it's tough enough and when the heat's on. So I want to make sure you guys are taking care of yourselves as well, especially when you're out there working in this excessive heat. Make sure you're staying hydrated and taking those cool breaks. But I will open it up now to the floor for all of our lovely guests here joining us this afternoon. Feel free to jump in, introduce yourselves, share with us any resources, any exciting news or events that you have upcoming. We will love to hear from you, and I'll turn it over to you all. If I see a hand go up, I will call on you, or you can just come off mute and share with the good of the group some exciting news today. I see Paul, Nevada 211, you're up.
Good afternoon, everyone. Again, a lot of things are happening here. Not only the going out to the Nevada Homeless Alliance event, and today, as I mentioned earlier, one of the things we did different today too, because it's so hot out there and we was outside under tents, but we provided water that was frozen and everything, so that instead of just warm water, things like that, because of the temperatures out there. But also there's a lot of back to school events that are going on tomorrow evening, be at the Nevada State Treasurer's office, back to school event down at the Sawyer building be going on. Next week, I've got 3 events. 2 of them's William McCurdy, Commissioner William McCurdy's event, back to school events at Warren Recreation Center and at the Pearson Community Center. Those have over 1,000 people come to them. And then, like I said, a lot of those are coming back, the back to school events. And then I'll be getting some from the city, about 9 of those. So a lot of activities and things going on in that aspect. Like I say, the homeless events, many other events are happening. We're getting out there trying to, a great balance. Like I say, a lot of more collaborative meetings are happening. Diane Anderson with the CARE Coalition, their meetings are back in person on the first Tuesday each month. The PAC Coalition back having in-person meetings at their new building and new facility they have, so you should attend by hybrid. Like I said, we had our first ambassadors hybrid meeting last week. That was due to y'all hosting us. It turned out really, really well. So things are really getting back out. The need is more than ever. I appreciate the agencies that are contacting me that are coming on board here. I see a new agency, Leaders in Training, that's on board, that's on here today. They just joined us recently, so we're adding resources. A great resource that I added the other day that's already there. Mobile hygiene cleaning, Clean the World Foundation. I was at there now. They only have 1 or 2 locations now. They're at 8 locations that are steady, so they can go out and help give baths or showers to the homeless people. So there's a lot of things going on there. So if you've got any questions, if you want to be a part of our ambassadors group, if you want to be in our newsletter, I'm taking information or put you down starting for 2023. So a lot of great things are happening that will finish up the year here with. So thank you so much for all you do for 211 and also United Way. And we appreciate every one of you. And I look forward to hopefully maybe seeing you out there in the public, because it's really been a difference getting back out meeting face to face. And meeting people, and because there's so many new people that have come on board in the past 2 years or so. Thank you, Joyce.
Thank you, Paul. I couldn't agree more. It's great to see everybody's smiling faces and see your emotions and be out there and feel your energies. So we appreciate it. It's good to be back, but of course, yeah, stay safe out there and take your safety precautions as necessary. But thank you for providing those ice cold waters. That's wonderful, Paul. And thank you for sharing all of the resources from our nonprofit partners. We appreciate what you all do for each and every one of us here. I see Carlos Ramirez is up next. I see your hand up. Thank you, Carlos.
Yes, thank you, Joyce. And good afternoon, everyone. This is Carlos Ramirez from NOMI. And so, going back to what Paul was saying about back to school, our office, along with the Fountain of Hope AME Church, we're hosting a back to school event. It's a back to school and resource fair. We're going to be giving away school supplies. We're having health resources, education resources. This will be held at Helen Cannon Junior High School on August 6th from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. We're having many wonderful partners. We're still taking in additional partners if anybody wants to partner with this resource fair. And additionally, we have COVID-19 vaccines, but we don't have a provider with immunizations or physicals. If there's a provider available on this call that would like to partner with us, we would like to talk to you and maybe you can partner with us. So I'm gonna put the flyer on the chat box. If you have any questions, just let me know. Thank you.
Thank you, Carlos. We appreciate you, and on behalf of NOMI, and hopefully we can get you all some big help there to help our students get back to school and have a great fresh year. They've been through the mill right the last 2 years, so let's help our kiddos out. I see Diane, and then Samantha, you'll be up next. So it over to Miss Diane Anderson. Diane, was that a hand up, or I just want to make sure? Are you mute? Having audio trouble. Okay. Why don't we go to Samantha, and then we'll come right back to you, Diane, if that sounds good.
Hello, can you all hear me?
Yes, we can.
All right, good afternoon. I am Samantha Ford. I am the Vice President of Regional Operations for Nevada Health Centers. For those who are unaware of who we are the largest federal qualified community health center in the state of Nevada. So we provide primary health care, primary care to the underserved and uninsured population primarily. I just wanted to communicate a couple updates to this group as I haven't had a chance to truly be a part of this meeting thus far. But Nevada Health Centers is working on a fall festival, and we have this festival annually, and it offers an array of services from immunizations, mammography care, and dental sealant care, and just acute visits for some of our youth, as well as we are going to have a lot of different resources available that day. And that event is scheduled for September 10th from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. We'd love to have, the community out. We are located in the west side of Las Vegas, right next to the federal building over on MLK and Lake Mead are the major cross streets. We are located on Mount Moriah. So once those flyers are, completed, I'll get that information out to the group so we can communicate that to the masses. We are also a part of a back to school event, a couple for the month of August, one at the Pearson Center on the 28th from 4 to 7. We'll be doing childhood vaccines, as well as the Walnut Recreation Center on the 26th, 4 to 7. And then, we annually provide, vaccines for children, well, throughout the year. But, when kiddos are, getting back to school, we have pediatricians here in the southern region at a majority of our health centers here in the in Las Vegas area. So if you need resources relative to that, we're more than happy to provide brochures, etc., so that you guys have information around, locations for getting that. We do offer a sliding fee scale for non-insured individuals, according to family size and income, of course. And we also take most health insurances, including Medicaid, MCOs, as well as private insurance as well. So that's all I wanted to offer in to the group.
Thank you so much, the Nevada Health Centers, and thank you for standing in the gap there to help get healthcare and access to those in need. We greatly appreciate it. It is a need here in our community, as I learned today, right, between healthcare and education. We still have some work to do, but thank you for standing in that gap. We appreciate that. I'm going to see if Diane Anderson is ready. Diane, I'm going to turn it back to you.
I believe she may be having still audio trouble, Joyce, but I think we have Stephen Romero from LAT.
Yes. Hi, Stephen.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for taking the time to congregate and kind of share experiences, ideas, and resources. I kind of dropped everything in the chat already, but this next week, we're going to be having our summer retreat for new recruitants. This is kind of like where we lay down all the programming opportunities with our youth and then orientation throughout the rest of this next week. I also dropped in information regarding the college readiness bootcamp because I know our executive director has been hands-on with helping facilitate that every year since its, original founding with ACDC about 8 years ago. So that's an opportunity for anyone in the community, students in 8th grade or higher, to potentially attend and kind of get information and workshops with and separate from their parents regarding college access, college application, FAFSA, all that good information. And then I also dropped in just the details because I haven't gotten the flyer yet before our second annual Career Summit and Expo that we're going to have on October 8th at UNLV that Leaders in Trainings will be facilitating. So I just kind of put everything in that chat box, but if anyone has any questions, feel free to reach out. I'll drop my contact information in the chat again.
Awesome. Thank you, Stephen. Good to see you again. We saw him earlier last week, so it's good to see you on here. Anybody else? Do we have any other resources that we would like to share? Announcements for the group? Any positive stories that you want to share with us to get us all motivated to finish off this week? All right, I don't see any hands up. I do want to let you know if you are interested or would like to present, or if you have updates that you would like to share that community announcement center, please email Janet Q at uwsn.org. She would be happy to get your information on the agenda, and we would welcome your updates for our next NPO call, which will be not next Thursday, but the following Thursday. So we'll see you then. I do have one announcement from United Way. We have our day of caring. Those of you who have been with us for the longevity, this is going to be our 7th annual day of caring, and it is confirmed for Friday, September 23rd. And this is our largest day of action where we rally the community. All of our hand raisers, we have about 600 plus volunteers, anywhere from 600 to 900 that join us for this. We are opening it up to our nonprofit partners at this time. We are looking, if you have a need or you have a project, this is the time to reach out to Savannah Sibley, our volunteer and events director, and she's eager to see what you all have. Maybe you've been putting off a project like painting your office or beautifying your garden, or maybe you need to send off those thank you to your donors for their support. It can range from a very simple indoor task to pulling the weeds. This is the time to rally those hand raisers in our community. We're encouraging it, and it's going to be a great event. It's going to kick off at Tony's Rocking Kind, which is in Town Square. So be there, be square, and you're welcome to come and participate, of course, and volunteer. Help spread the word. But if you have need and you've been putting a project and you're, because staffing can be limited. So this opportunity to get those hand raisers and get the help that you need, and love to be able to rally our community together, come out and support your organization. So please keep that in mind, and we will drop Savannah's email into the chat group as well. We'll be sharing more information as the coming week go by, but and that's going to be Friday, September 23rd, and those projects can be anywhere from 10 a.m. Through 6 p.m. So the timing is not limited. It's really it's up to you all, and we hope that we can help fill your needs within your organization. So super excited and looking forward to that event. And thank you so much for joining us this afternoon. If you do have questions, a lot of our speakers today dropped their info in there, but you can also email us at info@uwsn.org with any questions or volunteer interests. It's been a pleasure, and we appreciate every one of you, and thank you so much for uniting with us through the lives in our community. Hope you all have a terrific afternoon. If I don't see any other hand raisers, then let's close it out and have a great Friday and enjoy your weekend. Thank you all.
Thank you, Joyce. Thank you.
Thanks, everyone. Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.